What if I told you that you don't actually need 1 million followers to make a living with your art? You don't even need 100,000 followers. Don't even need 10,000 followers, basically. What if with just 1,000 followers, you could actually make a living with your art? So I'm not just talking about, YouTube's monetization requirements where you need 1,000 fans or subscribers to be able to be eligible for monetization. No, it's not just that. What I'm talking about is you as an artist being able to make a living creating the things that you want to create anytime, any place, even if it's not on YouTube. So this idea that I'm talking about stems from a little article, well, not really a little article, but an article that Kevin Kelly wrote called A Thousand True Fans. So in this article, Kevin Kelly talks about how artists actually need just 1,000 true fans to be able to make a living with their art. Now, let's go deeper into that a little bit. What exactly are true fans? True fans, according to Kevin Kelly, would be the types of fans who would buy basically anything that you'd sell. So, because they'd buy anything that you'd sell as an artist, you only need to sell them like $100 worth, basically, of your products in a whole year for you to be able to make a full-time income as an artist. So when you think about that, 1,000 times $100 is 100,000 in a year. That's already a full-time income for most employed people. And this, according to Kevin Kelly, is how you can make a decent living or a full-time living with just 1,000 true fans. You don't need 1 million, you don't need 100,000, you don't need 10,000. Even with just 1,000, you can already make your full-time income as an artist. Now you're probably thinking, oh, but Francis, I have 1,000 followers on Instagram. I'm not making any money from my art. And the difference when you think about it is, are those 1,000 followers on Instagram true fans of yours, basically? And when you think about it, there's a difference between just casual fans and true fans. True fans would be willing to spend on whatever you have to sell or whatever you've created. Whereas casual fans may or may not like your work. Maybe they like some of your work, maybe they don't like other parts of your work or other pieces that you've made. And a true fan is somebody who will always be there to support you no matter what you do. So how do you go about differentiating your casual fans from your true fans? One thing I'd like to recommend for every artist out there is to start an email list. So the difference between an email list and your social media platform is that an email list can actually become more personal and more intimate compared to your social media channel or your social media platforms like Instagram or Facebook. Because when you think about those platforms, people are not exactly on Instagram or YouTube just to see content from you. They're there to see content from you and so many other creators and so many other artists. But if they want to be a fan of you specifically, it requires more effort on their part to be able to really take action into following you, even to the extent that they'd be willing to give you their email address. And there's this story of Kevin Hart and how he became a huge success, like overnight success, so to speak. And it was because during his gigs, when he still wasn't that big a name, he would gather people's email addresses. He'd leave pieces of paper on everybody's seat wherein he would ask them to give their name and their email if they would like to receive updates from him about what gigs he was doing across the country, where he would be in the next month or so, or in the year. And because of this, he was able to gain a massive following that knew every single event that he would have for the entire year. And so this is how he built his following, basically, by creating an email list. And it's the same with every other creator out there who's grown big, so to speak. You'll see them always recommending that you create an email list. Why? Because when you think about YouTube, Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, or X, and you think about all the social media platforms that have come before them, like MySpace, Friendster, there's always a chance that social media platforms may come and go. That maybe in the next year or so, Facebook would shut down, or Instagram would shut down, or just the fact that they now use these platforms to train their AIs, basically. And some have stepped off of Facebook and Instagram because of that. A lot of artists have been trying other social platforms because they don't like these policies that Meta has been creating around their art. And the question is, how do you migrate your audience from Instagram to a different social platform? Or what do you do when Instagram goes away all of a sudden? The answer is your email list, because at least your email list is your own personal list. Nobody can take that away from you. Even if Facebook is gone tomorrow, you'll still have a way of contacting your true fans, basically, or the fans who are willing to stick with you no matter what platform you're on. And so, this is what's essential for every creative out there, to create an email list that is composed of your true fans. Because even when it comes to YouTube, there are some creators who built up this YouTube channel and everything's going so well, but then all of a sudden they get demonetized or their channel gets shut down because they said something that may have upset the YouTube algorithm or the YouTube gods. And suddenly they've been censored or they've been shadow banned or their channel has been closed completely. So what do you do then? You have no more access to all of your followers, basically. But if you had an email list, you could just tell them, hey guys, this happened to my YouTube channel, and so I'm creating a new one, or I'm jumping ship to this other platform that's not YouTube. And it will be so easy to just migrate your followers from one platform to another or from one channel to another. And you wouldn't have to worry about missing any payments or any bills that you have to pay. And even when it comes to course creators, I've heard several course creators say that they've been able to make a full-time income with an email list of just about 100 people. That's less than your 1,000 true fans concept. With 100 people, they were able to sell a product that was able to pay all of their bills basically for a whole month and go on to keep creating and keep doing what they love to do. And so when you think about it, this whole idea of you have to go viral on social media to make a decent living, it's a myth, really. And it's a myth you don't have to believe or you don't have to adhere to. All you need is 1,000 true fans to pay you at least $100 for an entire year of any product you're selling or any creative work that you're selling, and you're set for the whole year. You're set to keep on creating your art. And so I hope that this has somehow convinced you that you don't need to go big to make it. You just need those first 1,000 true fans. And that shouldn't be a big or huge hurdle to climb or a huge mountain to climb, basically. You'll get there eventually as long as you keep creating your work, as long as you keep doing what you want to do, as long as you keep putting your work out there for everyone to see. Eventually, you'll find your people and you'll find the people that will support you and will root for you no matter what. And they'll help you keep your dream alive, basically. So take this as a sign that, to just get started. Find those true fans. Even if you find them every now and then, like one subscriber a week or a day, eventually you'll reach the 1,000 true fan mark, wherein you'll be able to make a living doing the thing that you want to do and never have to work in the corporate world ever again. So I hope that this has been somewhat inspiring for you and that this has pushed you to a certain extent to really get out there and put your work out there. Because, the world needs your work. The world needs your art. I am a believer of the idea that the world would be a so much better place if everybody just did what they love to do and follow their dreams, basically. So with that, go out and create good art. And if you like this video and you want more of it, and you need somebody to help motivate you and keep you inspired, feel free to like and subscribe.